Story: Buddha's Past Life as a Dragon. In a former life, the Bodhisattva was a greatly powerful poisonous dragon. Whenever any being came to stand before him, in the case of those who were physically weak, if he so much as gazed upon them, they would die on the spot. As for those who were physically strong, if he breathed on them, they would die. This dragon had taken the one-day precepts. He left his dwelling seeking quietude and had gone into the forest. He had been sitting in contemplation for a long time, became tired and lax, and then had fallen asleep. It is the way of dragons that when they fall asleep, their bodies become in appearance like a snake. His body had patterns on it which were composed of the various colors of the 7 precious things. Hunters noticed him and, both startled and delighted, said, "Wouldn't it be appropriate to take this skin, so rare and difficult to come by, and then offer it up to the king of our country, that he might use it as an adornment for his robes?" They then held its head down with a staff and used a knife to strip away its skin. The dragon thought to himself, "My strength is such that, were I only to wish it, turning this entire country upside down would be as easy as turning over one's hand. These people are but little things. How could they be able to put me in difficult straits? Because I am now upholding the precepts, I shall relinquish all regard for this body. I should just follow along with the instructions of the Buddha." And so he remained patient while this was going on, kept his eyes as if asleep, and refrained from gazing upon them. He held his breath and, out of pity for these men, kept himself from breathing. For the sake of upholding the precepts, he single-mindedly endured the peeling away of his skin and did not develop any thoughts of regret. Then, having lost his skin, his bare flesh rested directly on the ground. It was in a season where the sun was very hot. He slithered along through the dirt, desiring to make his way to a large body of water. He then observed all of the little insects which came to eat his body. At that point, for the sake of upholding the precepts, he did not dare to move any more. He thought to himself, "Now I'll make a gift to the insects of this body. For the sake of the Buddha path, I will now make a gift of this flesh so as to fill up their bodies. Later, when I have achieved Buddhahood, I will employ the giving of Dharma to benefit their minds." After he had made this vow, his body dried up and his life was cut off. He was then immediately reborn in the 2nd of the Triastramsha heavens. At that time, the poisonous dragon was Shakyamuni Buddha. In the present era, those hunters manifest as Devadatta and the 6 non-Buddhist masters. The little insects were the 80,000 gods who gained the path when Shakyamuni Buddha first turned the wheel of Dharma. The end.